Durrty by Ginger Hazard. But first, the Durrty key, as explained by Kyla Valentine. Hello, ladies and gents. Welcome to the world of the Durrty. Before we begin, I will explain the pronunciation of usmic. Of course, you could simply sound out the acronym like most people. But are you really like most people? I mean, you're reading this book, aren't you? By default, that makes you an outlier. So please indulge me in calling this book Durrty. That's dirty with a bit of swagger. Usmic. Us, as in you and I, and Mick like Mick Jagger. Let that roll around a bit on your tongue. Feels good, doesn't it? This key is for all you noobs and you boots that may not be familiar with the jargon associated with the USMC life. This will be your guide for entering the USMC world. So, let's get on with it already.
Here we go. Private first class, otherwise known as E1 to E2. They're enlisted, and the lower the number, the more of a noob you are. Okay, this is just a warm-up term. Honestly, in this world, private and PFC are few and far between. Let me tell you why. In the world of marine avionics, aka aviation, you got to spend a lot of time in school. A lot. But that's a good thing, right? Like, you don't want a 17-year-old working on your aircraft when he can barely pass the ASVAB. Oops, another jargon, my mistake. We'll get to it. Most people who join the workforce are automatically E3 by that time, simply because of the time and grade or rank. If they come to your workspace and they're less than that, ask them what they did wrong to get demoted, because it's probably one heck of a story. Next, Lance Corporal, E3. These are entry-level folks in each workspace. These cats went to a year or so of school, have shiny souls, are super excited to be in the work environment, and are extremely gullible when they first arrive. Let the fun begin. They're typically under 21, but you do get the occasional dude who decided to join the military later in life. Like, he went to college, but then decided college wasn't really for him or something like that. If he had finished it and then joined, he would be making a lot more cheddar, let me tell you. This rank is also known as the Lance Coolie. Next up, Corporal, E4. A little more mature than a Lance Coolie, but not by much. They get some experience in their job, and they got a year or two more on them, but they still do stupid stuff, like occasionally electrocuting themselves while working on the bench or buying a $40,000 car with 15% interest. Next up, Sergeant, or E5. God's gift to the Marine Corps. We are the middlemen. We get things done that the top needs accomplished. We run the show. We have the grit. We are in the process of managing, yet still remember how to work the actual equipment. We also hold a lot of responsibility, such as ensuring our folks below us are fed and sheltered and can run a 300 PFT, see PFT explained below, shoot experts, are mentally stable after their significant others break up with them, and force them to return the said car at 15% interest to the dealer. Seriously, the entire well-being of these young lads and misses depends all on us. Next up, Staff Sergeant, or E6. Drinks coffee, goes to meetings, plays golf. Probably does continual process improvement. Looks at metrics. Honestly, I never see the staff sergeants ever. They're in front of the office and then they have meetings all day. Gunnery Sergeant, E7. Gunnies run the shops. Sometimes you'll get a staff sergeant who fills this void, but the gunny is like the sun and the rest of us are the planets that revolve around it. If the shop gunny is good, you'll love your job. If the shop gunny is terrible, you count the days until you PCS. See PCS explained below as well. First Sergeant, E8. Are there many of these in avionics? Let's just call them unicorns because I haven't seen any. Master Gunnery Sergeant, E9. Master Guns, as high as you can go. In Iwakuni, the quality manager for the entire van pad, again, see below, was this. He was so scary because of his rank and his genius. Sergeant Major, E9. We just smash all the words together and we say smadge. He's the big boss as far as enlisted go. He or she typically works with the commanding officer, aka the CO. Officers, higher ranking than all of us, enough said, moving on. PFT, physical fitness test. The thing we gotta do to show we are badass Marines consists of a 3-mile run, 100 sit-ups, y'all better do at least 100, and 20 pulls for the guys and flex arm hang for the girls. PCS, when you transfer from one base to another. Van Pad, the glorious place in which all is cool avionics cats and kittens work. We work in vans, which are a bunch of Connex-looking boxes attached together to make whatever style workplace the gunny wants. The Marines actually used Connex boxes before it was cool. Does that make us hipster? Alphas. Not the kind of dominating personalities, though an alpha would totally wear an alpha uniform. Green dress jacket with green slacks or skirt, when you want to look badass without your over-the-top blues dress. Or dress blues. Chucks, green slacks and a beige top. Deltas. Same as Chucks, but with blue slacks. What can I say? We Marines have a lot of ways to look good. Iwakuni, my previous base located in Japan. It was a freaking amazing place to work. Good culture, good food, good people, and sweet aircrafts. Of course, the iconic Kintai Bridge. Look it up. Whew, that was a lot of explaining. Put a pin in this explanation section just in case you forget any of it. Now, on with the story.